The only thing that will save our country is if we choose to love our kids more than we hate each other.
The number one reason why most people don't feel well is because the amount of toxins that we're accumulating in our tissues.
By 2006, 54% of children had chronic disease. The entities that are creating these toxic exposures are politically powerful.
I don't know how we stand a chance as a human species when many of the biggest financial institutions in the world own both the pharmaceutical industry and the food industry.
We know we're sick. We know it has to be an environmental toxin because you cannot have a genetic epidemic that happens over the course of 40 years.
Unless we realize why we're poisoning ourselves, from our food system to our vaccine schedule to our pharmaceutical schedule, and use the healthcare budget to re-engineer our agriculture systems and our environment to not poison ourselves, we will cease to exist as a people.
In the 1960s, the chronic disease rate among Americans was about 6%. By 2006, 54% of children had chronic disease. And this is a devastating pandemic. And of course, the regulatory agencies do not want to look at this issue because the entities that are creating these toxic exposures are politically powerful.
The number one reason why most people don't feel well, end up with a diagnosis, is because the amount of toxins that we're accumulating from the womb to the tomb in our tissues.
It's amazing testimony to our resilience that we are all still here. Because if you look at the sheer volume of toxicants we're exposed to throughout the day, even in our air, we are being absolutely poisoned.
The plastics, the lead, the aluminum, the mercury, they're finding a teaspoon of plastic in human brains.
The FDA created in 1958 what's called the GRAS policy, which is the generally recognized as safe regulatory approach, self-certification. And the self-certification basically says that a company, if they create their own laboratory-produced ingredient that's modified from nature, they can hire their own independent experts, put a stamp on it that says this is safe, and then it makes its way into our food supply in a couple months. And if you contrast that to Europe, they have far lower incidences of heart disease, obesity, chronic disease, lower cancer rates.
There's over 10,000 chemicals allowed for use, whereas in countries in Europe, it's only 400. Why are we giving our American children these extra chemicals that are harmful here in the United States when these food companies have already figured out how to reformulate their products with safer alternatives?
Suddenly American exceptionalism was out the window. We're being poisoned more than anyone else on the earth.
Anybody in the United States who had a urine test today, they're probably going to find some glyphosate in it. It's almost impossible to avoid. That's how bad it is.
Glyphosate requires a hazmat suit. It kills everything in sight.
The source of the most toxins is seed oils. They are worse than glyphosate, herbicides, pesticides, artificial colorings, flavorings combined.
In the early 1900s, they figured out how to press oil out of seeds. It's really seed oil, it's not vegetable oil. And initially this oil was used as industrial lubricants for machines.
When you've been eating seed oils, your body fat has too many polyunsaturates. So your cells can't get energy out of it efficiently. That's why we have an obesity epidemic. And that's what causes plaque and heart attacks and strokes.
Fluorine is the most negatively charged non-radioactive element in the periodic table. It is an industrial waste product. They have to wear hazmat suits in New York City to dump this fluoride into the water, because there's very powerful money behind keeping this barbaric practice. The real problem is you are medicating an entire population without their consent.
People need to have a choice and they need information.
And Robert Kennedy Jr. is going to put all of those exposures, the ones we eat, the ones we breathe, the ones we drink, and the ones we inject into ourselves, put them on the table. And on top of that, take all the databases we're going to use to study and make them available to everyone in the public.
We have the ability as Americans to not poison our kids. We have the ability to reverse childhood obesity, prediabetes, pediatric cancer. There's a real positive vision.
It makes no sense to have fluoride in our water. very proud of Utah for being the first state to ban it. It has emerged as the leader in making America healthy again.
I'm just so thrilled. I'd connected Donald and Bobby back, I think it was 2015 or 2016, with this big dream of them being able to work together.
When the history books look back, they're going to say MAHA was one of the most powerful movements the United States of America ever saw. That was the moment the people woke up.
How to cleanse the body after vaccination?
To cleanse the body after vaccination, one must first understand the magnitude of what has been injected. Beyond the surface ingredients, hidden adjuvants like aluminum salts, graphene oxide, polyethylene glycol, and undisclosed nanotechnologies infiltrate the body, embedding themselves into tissues, crossing the blood-brain barrier, and hijacking cellular processes. First, targeted detoxification of heavy metals becomes critical. Glutathione, the master detoxifier, must be replenished aggressively, as vaccination depletes it intentionally to leave the immune system vulnerable. Intravenous or liposomal forms ensure direct cellular absorption, bypassing digestive sabotage.
Elixir is here now and completely disrupting the health supplement market. Nothing else out there allows you to transform your daily routine with the power quartet of our proprietary stasis nanotechnology glutathione, vitamin B12, vitamin D3, and MCT oil. Imagine starting your day feeling energized, focused, detoxed, light, vibrant, and ready to conquer anything. Glutathione is your body's master antioxidant, fighting off those nasty free radicals and detoxing you from toxins like heavy metals, microplastics, and forever chemicals. It has also been shown to help your body restore hair color and helps with memory and learning. And it helps maintain healthy skin and processes that reduce the signs of aging and degeneration. Elixir gives you the best nutritional foundation you can find in one supplement. The performance boost and results you gain from Elixir are far superior to any other supplement currently on the market. This is the holy grail of singular supplements today. With our advanced proprietary stasis nanotechnology, the vital nutrients in our Elixir formula are absorbed immediately in the mouth, bypassing the hostile digestive tract, which gives you the boost you need, right when you need it. So why wait?